Hello friends, welcome everyone to the channel. I hope you all are doing good and I hope you all would have gone through the first lecture that I had taken on ESI, which I have discussed about the strategy in detail on ESI. So if you have not seen that video, I request to first see that video and only then come to this video because it will be relevant only then, because in that video I have discussed about PIB, why to read it, how to read it, and I will be explaining it in detail today with examples with previous year questions, like how the questions are being framed. Okay, and also the channel name has been changed to Meritocracy, so it is the new identity. I hope it's a good name. Okay, so I first of all request you all to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you receive all the video updates uh, on priority. And also there is a Telegram channel link in the description. Do join that, where I will share regular updates about my upcoming videos and strategies. All right, so this in this video, so first of all, now I request you to, in the description there are for five documents, five PIB documents are there. I request you to download them first, download them and read them, and only then watch this video. Okay, it's my humble request to read these five documents. These are the original PIB documents. Read them and come again to the video, then watch it, then it will be helpful, otherwise it is of no use. थोड़ा एफर्ट आपको भी लगाना पड़ेगा, मेहनत आपको भी करनी पड़ेगी थोड़ी. ये कोई इट इज नॉट अ ट्रेडिशनल गाइडेंस वीडियो की ये कर लो वो कर लो हो जाएगा. यहाँ सब खुद करके देखना पड़ेगा, तब जाके होगा. ओके, सो आई होप सो डाउनलोड दिस documents, read them and come back again. Okay, so I'll proceed further, considering that by now, considering that you all have now read the documents. Okay, so first I'll discuss in general about PIB. What happens? PIB is what? Press Information Bureau. It is the official channel through which government communicates to public and others, to public and media. Public and media. Okay, so you see, the where does the current affairs come from? Either from newspaper, another is this PIB, or you can say another is digital news, which we see on TV. Majority chunk, 90% chunk, I will say, is from this PIB, then the rest 5% and 5% is from this digital news. And this one newspaper thing is more important for UPSC and all, but for us there is no need to stick to newspaper, at least for cracking the objective questions. For subjective we definitely need to read the newspaper, but for not from the objective point of view. For us this PIB is the main target. And what happens, see friends, all the whatever PIB compilation you see, this is PIB. It, for a suppose for a topic it published 10 points. Some indices report has been released and PIB shared 10 points about it. Now some coaching X will pick up 6 points from it and say it is a compilation. Some coaching Y will pick up 7 points from it. Now somebody will say, oh, Y is giving us 7 points about a subject topic and X is giving 6, so Y is a good, so I will go with Y compilation. Z will pick up 8. So another day you will read Z, then say, oh, there is one more point which is mentioned in Z, so I will also read X, I will also read Y compilation, I will also read Z compilation. You will end up reading 3 same materials. Why not instead read this itself? why not read this one material itself? And what happens, these compilation leave behind, always leave behind uh, majority of the points, 2 3 points they always, and this or the question come from these 2 3 points itself. Okay, you will realize in this video as we move ahead how important it is to read directly from PIB website rather than reading from the compilations. Okay, so hope so. Okay, I'll now directly come to the questions. I have picked up uh, three questions, three passage based questions from the 2019 paper which I myself appeared for, and one question is from NABARD 2019 paper, or both exams are conducted by IBPS. So you need to know the mentality of IBPS, okay, not of RBI or NABARD. You have to know the mentality of IBPS to crack these exams. Okay, so PIB, this is a you must do thing. Okay, so the question will come like this. This is a passage, 2 markers. These are 2 marker questions. Majority PIB based question will be of 2 markers. There are 1 marker question also definitely, but I have picked up only 2 markers because these forms a majority chunk and is the most difficult thing for aspirants to do it, because they go in depth about the current topic. The 1 markers are actually found in regular compilations also and in PIB also. So here there is not a much of issue is with the 2 marker questions. So you see here this is a 2019 RBI question, and this SDG India Index PIB was released on 1 December 2018, exactly 1 year back. So I read this document. Why? Because I from previous year I had come to the analysis that SDG is a very important topic, and in the PIB I could find only a couple of documents related to it recently, and this was one of them. There are hardly 3 4 documents in PIB last 1 year, and this was one of them. So I had to definitely go through this. So, and luckily this was there in the exam. So this is how you have to analyze and read. So if you just read 6 months, somebody says sir कितने महीने का पढ़े, 6 महीने का हो जाएगा क्या? सो बट ये तो 1 साल पुराना क्वेश्चन आया है उठ के. सो टॉपिक की ग्रेविटी आपको खुद ही एस्टिमेट करनी पड़ेगी, and accordingly you have to read. This gravity estimation you yourself has to be done from the previous year question, current trends. Okay, so all this will I'll come back again, but now directly to the topic. So you give a pause the video and give a read to this passage. uh, Pause it. Now I'm moving forward directly to the questions. And generally what will happen, this passage will be of, you will hardly get sometime no clue. This passage will give you no clue. It will be useless to answer. It will not help you in answer any single question. Okay, but sometime it may, and sometime it may not. It may not. Okay, but here in this question it is definitely not helping us anywhere. Just for the sake of passage they have given a passage. So okay, so what I will do, I'll read the question and show you uh, 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 side by side. I'll show you the original PIB documents, how the questions have been picked up. Okay, so here we go. Like, which of the following state is not the front runner category? So I'll first open this document. Just wait a second. Yes. So see, give a look to this document. Now I think by now you have read this document, as I said earlier in the video, to read the document first. How clearly it is written. Niti Aayog releases SDG India Index baseline report. So first thing is itself is who releases SDG India Index, Niti Aayog. Just by looking at the document, one can say it. Now I'll come directly downstairs. Here they have given as the front runners. These states are the front runners: Himachal Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Chandigarh, and Puducherry. So which one is not in the front runner category? Karnataka is not in the front runner. The answer is Karnataka, and it is a 2 marker question. See how simple it is. And but the point is you have to go through the entire document. entire document, only then you will be able to answer all 4 to 5 questions which have been asked. Okay, so this was an easy one. Coming to the next, on how many priority indicators SDG India Index tracks its progress. Okay, so I'll go here. Here it is see clearly written, SDG India Index tracks progress of all states and UTs on 62 priority indicators selected by Niti Aayog. Okay, so see the 62 is the answer for it. 62. Again 2 marks you have got. See how easy it is. Which of the following is not among 5 P's of global SDG movement? Uh, in this you can try to guess also: partnership, people, planet, prosperity, perspective. So you can guess here the perspective is not one of the P, but still let us check in the document. See here it is written, which embodies the 5 P's of global SDG movement: people, planet, prosperity, partnership, and peace. So perspective is not one of them. To see how easy the question are if you anybody who has gone through this document. So this is Niti Aayog prepared the SDG index in association with which institute? Again, this institute, nodal institutes are anyways important. It is 99% chance it will be asked in one of the passage. So here the answer is Global Green Growth Institute and MOSPI. So the option both 3 and 4 is correct. We'll check in the document also. See here it is written, in the SDG India Index, which was developed in collaboration with Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, Global Growth Institute, and United Nations in India, was launched by Niti Aayog. Okay, so we have marked the correct answer, both 3 and 4. And this was, see again how the question, how deep the questions are getting. Which of the following statement is true with respect to the index? Index cover 13 out of the 17 SDGs. SDG 12, 13, 14, 17 excluded in the index. SDG 17 was left out as it is focuses on life underwater. No, SDG 17 was left out because its focus on international partnership. Both A and B are correct. C is not correct. So only A and B are correct. And see the beauty of the document. This question is as it is. I have framed as it is question which was there in the exam, and see how in the document it is given. See here it is written, the index spans 13 out of the 17 SDGs. This one was our statement 1. Progress on SDGs 12, 13 and 14 could not be measured as relevant state UT level data were not available. This was our statement 2. And SDG 7 was left out as it focused on international partnerships. Okay, not on life underwater. So now you understand, friend, how now all, do you really think this information will be available in any of the compilations? I don't think so. Okay, uh, so idea is to understand, to bring you people from compilation to the original PIB documents, and see 110 more questions can be framed from it. uh, People say no, the RBI frames, SBI, sorry, IBPS frames static information based question, not so logical question. So here even it could have even asked that this India's progress in SDG is crucial for the world, as country is home to about how many percent of world population? 17%. They can anything and written in this document is important like anything. Okay, now we'll move on to the next passage. This was again the same question in passage 2 in the 2019 exam. Okay, so give a read to it here. Here it is an error I have done in picking up the passage. Anyways, give a read to it and then we'll answer the question. Identify the scheme. So the scheme is goal. Answer is the goal scheme. Uh, it is known as going online as leaders. So it was in current affairs. It was in news just 1 to 2 months back before the exam. So we'll read the scheme document now. The document from where the question has been picked up. So see, Ministry of Tribal Affairs partners with, see this is uh, uh, so this is the passage and for the second phase of goal. So the answer is goal scheme. I expect you have read the passage already. So very easy question. See, for the simple question you are getting 2 marks. Why not? Other if you have not read the document in your during your preparation, you will be confused between sankalp, strive, impress, improve. You will mark a wrong answer and you will get a minus 2.5. So see how simple questions are can make or make or break your career. Okay, we'll move to the next question. The program is run by which organization? The program is a Facebook sponsored program. Okay, you can check it in the document. It is given there clearly. Which of the following government bodies are involved in running the scheme? So, Ministry of Tribal Affairs is involved and Niti Aayog is involved. We'll check in the document. Ministry of Tribal Affairs, we can see by the heading itself. And Ministry of Tribal Affairs partners with Niti Aayog and Facebook. Facebook was the answer for the previous question. So see, in a single heading itself, it has framed 2 questions. So see the importance of the document. And here, if you are not aware, if you would have wanted to guess, so you would have confused. Since this passage is on women, you would have thought that Ministry of Women is also involved. Since the technology is being given, you would have thought that Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology can also be the answer. So again, if you come to the guesswork, you will end up with the minus 2.5. Okay. Now coming next, question 4. This question is for the compilation friendly generation. If you can answer this one, then I'll say go for the compilation. So but only anyone who has read the PIB could have answered this question. So it is asking which of the following is not a feature of the scheme. Okay, so it will digitally mentor 5,000 young. Go through this statement, then pause the video, go through all these 4 statements, then I'll go to the document. So see, here it is written, it will digitally mentor 5,000 young women in India's tribal dominated district. Correct. The program will include weekly one-to-one mentoring session focused on a range of skills such as digital literacy, entrepreneurship, and online safety. Correct. More than 200,000 hours of guidance will be provided. Correct. And Goal alumni and will continue to receive support and guidance from Ministry of Tribal Affairs and Facebook. Correct. So all are correct. All are correct. So are you seeing the beauty? I would I can't use a better word. Beauty of the document. How as it is the questions are wordings are picked up and how like a see and how the uh, see the flow of the question. How nicely they are coming from bottom to the down of the document. They are scanning all corners of the document. Okay, so this is how you have to read the PIB. my friends. Now a third question. This is also a 2019 grade B question. It was on Skill India, as you can uh, read from the passage itself. Now go through the passage, and through this passage, one more important thing I like, whenever you try to read about a scheme, if if it is an old scheme, slighter old scheme, try to read the when PIB document of the scheme when it was launched. When it was, suppose you want to read about the Sankalp scheme, so just Google Sankalp launched PIB. You want to read about Strive launched PIB. So read this document. Chances are 99% are that question will come from this original document, because this is the original summary of that scheme. Out of like 100-page scheme document, whenever a scheme is released, guidelines are released which of are around 100 to 150 pages, after which government have prepared one single page of summary. So nothing is more important than that for us. We cannot really ignore that one page summary, that we have to read in any case. I feel that now by answering this question you will get to know. So what is the slogan of Skill India? It was a easy one. Kaushal Bharat, Kushal Bharat. Okay, we'll go to the document also later. Now this question will show you the beauty of PIB. Recently, MSDA signed which two Bollywood actors to endorse Skill India campaign? It so this this silly question, silly information would definitely would not have been any compilation, but I marked this question as correct. 2 marks only because of, now I'll show you. This information was available nowhere except the PIB. I'll show you the original document where it is available. See the headline itself. Varun Dhawan and Anushka Sharma signed as ambassador of Skill India campaign. How easy can we see from heading itself? It is making out 2 to 3 questions. So the answer here will be is Varun Dhawan second and Anushka Sharma second and fourth. So this will be your answer. Now this in 2015 landmark initiatives were launched along with scheme mentioned in the above passage. In the above passage, which scheme is mentioned? Skill India. And so the for this there is a different document. And to my knowledge, passage was picked up from this document. So this is the original document when the Skill India was launched. Okay, so here you can see launches Skill India. Government set to provide skill training to 40.02 crore people. This was also a statement in one of the options. So here you see how the tagline is Kaushal Bharat, Kushal Bharat. Okay, and the four: National Skill Development Mission, National Policy for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, and Skill Loan Scheme. Okay, so these four were launched along with Skill India. So now you can easily answer the question. PMKY Skill Loan Scheme, National Skill Development Mission, National Policy for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. All are correct. This passage is now in NABARD 2019, and now you will see the further beauty of PIV. This passage was based on the draft of NEP. It was not even the national education policy, it was just a draft. So see who would read a draft for as a current affair for such exams. Nobody would read a draft, but I told you now, whenever uh, anything if comes into the PIB, it is important like anything. So only one, even if you someone would have read entire draft, he would have struggled to answer this question. But if anybody would have gone through this summary of PIB, he would have easily answered it. So just see with the questions. New education policy is being formulated by which committee? It was a question in 2019. So now you might be knowing the answer, but then it was not a famous current affair. It was not so famous current affair. Okay, so it answer is Kasturi Rangan committee. I'll show you the document. See, Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan committee submits the draft. Notice the word draft national education policy to the Union HRD minister. Next question. Which curricular and pedagogical structure based on cognitive and social emotional development stage of children has been proposed? Now see, अगर किसी ने इसको पीआईबी डॉक्यूमेंट में पढ़ा है तो इजीली आंसर करेगा और 2 मार्क्स ले जाएगा, क्योंकि ये इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सप्लिसिटली लिखी हुई है डॉक्यूमेंट में. जस्ट सी पीडीएफ. See this point. A 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 curricular and pedagogical structure based on cognitive and socio-emotional developmental stages of children. So your answer is B is your answer. Now this is a trademark. These question are लास्ट में क्वेश्चन ट्रेडमार्क पीआईबी का आ ही जाता है, जिसमें वो सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन पूछ लेता है स्कीम के बारे में और पूछता है कौन सा सही है कौन सा गलत है. So the new apex राष्ट्रीय बॉडी शिक्षा आयोग is proposed. Yes, correct. National Research Foundation and apex body is proposed for creating strong research culture. Correct. 3-year integrated state specific B.Ed program will be minimum degree qualification. This is wrong. It is 4 years. Committee has proposed to rename Ministry of HRD as Ministry of Education. Okay, so now we know this ministry as Ministry of Education. So it was proposed by this committee itself. We'll give a look to these points in the document. The 4-year integrated state specific B.Ed program will eventually be the minimum degree qualification for teacher, not 3 years. A new apex body Rashtriya Shiksha Ayog is proposed. The National Research Foundation and apex body is proposed for creating a strong research culture. This was also correct. The committee has proposed to rename MHRD as Ministry of Education. Okay, so from this document, if I had to frame question, I can frame 10 more question. Like this question could have been asked, could have been also asked. A committee of evaluation of new education policy was under the chairmanship of whom? Late T.S. Shri T.S.R. Subramaniam. Which is the current existing national education policy? National Education Policy 1986. When was it modified? It was modified in 1992. This question can come. Then okay, so see this. What is the full form of ECCE? Early Childhood Care and Education. So this is how you have to frame question your own from PIB and revise. Okay, this information is very concise and you cannot concise it beyond this point. Okay, so there is nothing called PIB compilation. PIB is a compilation in itself. You cannot summarize it more anything more. If you try to do it, then you are just cutting down your marks. Okay, now I'll just come quickly to the PIB website. I'll just show you people read how I used to read the PIB website. what you have to do is just click on more. Okay, now you see the option here, put two filters. I'll first want to read about the Ministry of Education. So where is Ministry of Education? Date, all. Month February. I advise you to read them monthly rather than reading them daily. So now February is almost over, so I'll read about February. So see, all the February documents have been come up. So I'll just open the so you have to filter the documents from the heading itself. Okay, so now you see that Shri Annapurna Devi presented national ICT awards to 49 teachers across the country. You can just open it and give a glance. uh, National ICT Award. So launching of 75 virtual channels. I find it something a little bit important, like launching of 200 T2 channels, 750 virtual labs, uh, math transforming teacher and digital teacher are some of the new budget announcement of our government of 24-23. So, and then here it is written, uh, Shri Anupurna Devi highlighted that flagship projects to bridge the digital divide include Diksha, e-Pathshala, ICT, PM e-Vidya, Swayam, then Nishta. So within 1 second, I have realized this document is important. I will make down the notes from it. Okay, I'll make down the notes and close it. I'll go to the second. Ministry of Education launches Bhasa Certificate Selfie campaign. So I just see Bhasa Certificate selfie initiative. It is not that much important. Just by giving a look, I can uh, uh, say this is not that this can be skipped. So this is how you have to do it. So do it ministry wise. uh, Pick up a ministry and pick up a month. Then if Ministry of Education is done, then come up to Ministry of Rural Development. Ministry of Rural Development, February month. Now see, Union Ministry Giriraj Singh launches Ombudsperson app for Manrega. This is a one marker question. You will get a 1 marks question from here. Okay, at present the Minister. अब हियर यहाँ से ये भी क्या पता लग रहा है मनरेगा स्कीम किसके अंदर है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ रूरल डेवलपमेंट के अंदर है। तो ये भी पता लगता है। ओके, तो इसमें 2 मार्कर्स का मेरे को कोई स्कोप ज़्यादा दिख नहीं रहा है इस क्वेश्चन में, इस पेस में, बट एक 1 मार्कर का ये कि नरेगा किसके अंडर है, या ओम्बड्समर्सन पर्सन ऐप किस स्कीम के लिए लॉन्च हुई है रिसेंटली। सो दैट्स हाउ यू हैव टू रीड इट फ्रेंड्स। सारे डॉक्यूमेंट्स आपको खोल के देखने ही पड़ेंगे, देयर इज नो शॉर्टकट। दिस इज अ लॉन्ग मेथड, but trust me, this is a long, I understand, it is time taking, I understand, but it's worth it. It will fetch you good marks, that's a guarantee. So what will you do? Take a short route which has no direction, or take a long route which has a direction to at least. Okay, so definitely this one. So friends, I request you to post your comments. So how did you feel this lecture, and what more you want, anything on PIB you want, then I'll take another session on it if you want. And I'll be further coming up with finance descriptive part. All this will give, I mean, now I'll take next session on government schemes. I'll show you how the government schemes are asked, old and new. I'll डिबंक दिस कॉन्सेप्ट, सर ओल्ड पढ़नी है कि न्यू पढ़नी है। आई टेल यू, जो न्यू है वही ओल्ड है, जो ओल्ड है वही न्यू है। ठीक है, सब मिले हुए हैं बस। सो थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स फॉर लिसनिंग टू द सेशन, एंड डू लाइक द वीडियो, शेयर एंड कमेंट, एंड join the telegram link for further updates. Thank you friends.